You can't make this stuff up. Let's bring in Republican Iowa Senator, the great Joni Ernst. Senator, good to see you. So I found that last clip incredibly interesting. Don't poll Republicans because only 7% say the economy has gotten better over the last 2 years. I don't know who those 7% are. I don't know who would tell you the economy is better over the last 2 years over Joe Biden's term in the presidency.
Well, heck, I don't know many people that do think that the economy is better than when it was prior to Joe Biden coming into office. We see that Americans are paying $900 every single month more for the same goods and services as they were before Joe Biden came into office. So you tell me the Bidenomics are working. I absolutely would disagree with you, Sean. I think that Americans are hurting right now, and this administration has got to step up and do better.
And Senator, we say this all the time, prices don't fall. Prices are up for consumers 18% since Joe Biden took office. And when the Consumer Price Index comes out in the middle of September, it's going to be higher, the inflation rate, than it was for the month of July because of gasoline and because of food prices. But he stands up there and talks to the American people because he's giving people with college degrees a handout. That's part of the problem, and that's a benefit potentially for Republicans because now the party of working men and women in this country. But how can you run on this and fix this for all Americans? And I'm talking about falling wages when adjusting for inflation and prices.
Right, exactly. And I use my brother as an example. You know, he is a union member, blue collar laborer. He did not go to college, and yet he sees President Biden trying to give a handout to those that are college educated, probably working in a six-figure job for Wall Street. And he's the one that's paying for it. You know, people are frustrated with this, and this administration has got it all wrong. I see people in my neighborhood, they are taking second jobs. They are stocking freezer shelves at the local grocery stores to make ends meet, in addition to a full-time job. This is absolutely wrong for the American people. It's hurting my neighbors. It's hurting my family members. And again, this administration has got to step up and face reality. If they don't, and maybe they don't, but we hope to see the White House and this administration flip, and we can bring a little reality back into that big White House on Pennsylvania Avenue.
It doesn't have to be this way. You could change your policies. A little dose of free enterprise could turn this whole thing around, but Joe's committed to the policies that don't work. But you're in the Senate, Senator. I want to switch gears. I want to talk to you about the Senate. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, he returned to the Senate floor today, and he made a passing comment on his freeze-up incident in Kentucky. Watch this.
Now, one particular moment of my time back home has received its fair share of attention in the press over the past week. But I assure you, August was a busy and productive month for me and my staff back in the Commonwealth.
Now, the top doctor in the Congress says there's no evidence McConnell has a seizure or movement disorder or anything like that. But obviously, that's the second time it happened, Senator. Are your fellow colleagues looking at changing leadership? Is Mitch safe in his position, or are you going to find someone else to lead Senate Republicans forward?
Well, I wish him well, and I do know that we have seen a letter that has come out from Dr. Moynihan, who is the top physician here in Congress, and he has given Leader McConnell a clean bill of health, finding no reason really for some of those experiences that the leader has had. So again, we wish him well, but I have not heard from other colleagues that are intending to push that issue. What we can see is that over the break, Leader McConnell did raise a significant amount of money to help fellow Senate candidates coming up in this next election cycle. I just had a leadership meeting with him, and he actually was doing quite well. So let's flip it and see where's the media pressing when it comes to President Joe Biden. I think he's the one that has his thumb on any red buttons that exist out there. And we need to make sure that, of course, he can do his job. But the media, as much as they're questioning Leader McConnell, they need to be questioning our president much, much more.
Senator, a report from the Government Accountability Office says that 75% of available office space at 17 federal agencies is empty. Still empty. Agencies are spending about $2 billion a year to maintain these buildings and more than $5 billion annually in leases. Plus, some employees are said to be getting paid to slack off. You say that President Biden needs to hold a clearance sale on this empty office space. Will that ever happen?
Well, I can tell you, if we have a change in administration, this is exactly what I'm going to continue to push for. I sent a letter to the 24 major department OIG's, Office of Inspector Generals, asking them about this very issue. If we have a 25% occupancy rate at these department headquarters, where are these employees and what exactly are they doing? I expect accountability within this government. We have taxpayers that are footing the bill for these buildings and these employees. Now, one or the other needs to pay off. Either we get rid of the leased space, the offices that are not being used, or we simply can cut our federal workforce. And let this be a warning to those federal employees who are frauding the government out there by not engaging in their workforce activities when they're telecommunicating, because we're coming after you.
Better yet, let's get rid of the office space and those workers who don't work. And we're going to save money double fold, Senator.
Hey,
right?
Sean, I'm
Do
with
it
you.
all. All right.
I'm with you.
Good luck pushing that, because you know what? A smaller government's better for all of us. Senator Joni Ernst from Iowa, great to see you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.